Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs. Today I'm going to show you how to make my little Amigurumi ghost. Now I haven't put the arms on this one, but it's just basically to show you the difference between using white bands with this one and glow in the dark ones with this one, which are a slightly sort of dirtier white. Also, I've used toy doll or teddy bear stuffed doll eyes for this one, and I have one of these eyes here. It's sort of like a little screw with the eye, and then it has this little part on the bottom that you push, so you put it through and you push them together, and that actually becomes the eye. Or you can do it as a band, and I'm going to show you both ways of doing that. As I said, I haven't put the arms on this one. This is the design that we actually convert into a Santa Claus, I'm sorry, a snowman. So I will show you how we do that as well. So we'll start by actually making the figure, and then we'll do the accessories so that you can actually have the detachable arms, the hat, the scarf, the nose, etc. So let's get started. The colour bands I'm going to use today are white. I think it has a nicer look. Plus, I don't think snowmen are really glow in the dark, but the ghost might be. So I'm using white bands. I'm going to have a couple of black bands just to show you how to do the eyes if you choose to use bands for the eyes. Okay, so let's get started. All you're going to need is a hook. You don't need to use your loom at all, but you will need quite a few white bands. The other thing I'm going to do is, when I made this, I didn't actually use any visual markers because I used these little clips that I had bought from my local craft shop, just to show where my stitches were, to indicate to you where we needed to be in our pattern. Well, I've thought of something different. Not everybody has those. We're going to use two bands as our visual marker. We're going to use the band that is the correct colour, but we're also going to use a different colour band as our visual marker. And then when we come time to finish, what we will do is grab the extra band that we used, which is the different colour, and we will cut it off like so, so that you can see that the figure is completely held together as it should be, but we get rid of that visual marker, but you can see that you've kept in line, you know exactly where to start and finish, etc., without having to go out and buy these little stitch markers. The other thing that you're going to need is stuffing. Now I use the polyfill stuffing, which is a toy stuffing. You can get that from your local craft shop. If you don't have that, you can use cotton wool as well. That does work fine as well. As I said, all we need is a hook. I'm using a 2.75, or it's a C. It's a Clover Soft Touch. I find them very comfortable, but it's completely up to you what you're going to do. So we're going to start by making the little magic ring, and I'm going to use a black as well as a white as a visual marker. Some people have said they found it quite difficult to see where the end cap is in the middle to go through. You're going to put your hook through, and you're going to twist it once to make a figure 8. If you don't want to put it on your hook, all you do is twist it and make a figure 8 of it. Alright, and that's going to be our little end cap that we're starting with. Take a single white band, and we will be working in single bands. Now let's see if I can move you closer so that you can see what I'm doing. We'll take a single white band, and we're going to go through that end cap like that. And the end cap, you're going to try and make it so that it stays the same size, that they're even. Okay, we're going to go and make another one here like that. Alright, so you have 2 chains on that end cap. Go back through, alright, and you've gone back through your end cap, and you're going to take another single band, and you're going to pull through and reclaim. Okay, and you have 4 loops on your hook now. You're going to take a single band, and you're going to connect those together like that. Back through your end cap, single band, pull through, reclaim, and pull your new band through like so. Now you can see you have 1, 2, and our third loop is on our hook. Back through. We want to have 10 little loops. Okay, so we're not there yet. I'm going to try and angle my camera a little better for you. 1 second, please. Oh, there we go. Alright, back through the end cap. So you've got all those loops to go through the end cap, okay? Pull it back through. And join them all together through the end cap, and I hope this helps you see where you're supposed to be going through now, and back through. Now when we're counting, this first one that's in the end cap is not a loop, okay? This is the first one, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 on the hook, so back through, pull that through, and as I join these together, number 6 is formed. See, there's number 6, so 7 is on the hook. Let's do that again. As I join these together, 7 is formed, and 8 is on the hook. Back through. Nine is on the hook. Join them together. That means 10 is on the hook. Okay, now this is our first loop here. This is not our first loop, but we're going to push our hook through those. So that's our first loop, these are not. Push your hook through. We're going to join these together, and as we do, that forms number 10. Okay, so there's our little magic ring. We need to chop, we need to snip that little black band out. We don't need that in there now. So what I'm going to do, I broke all my fingernails the other day. I'm going to pop my finger through here. I'm going to snip that black band, and we're going to get rid of it. We don't need it. That was just so that you could see where we're at and which stitch you need to go through. So if you don't need to do that, you don't have to. It's not a problem. Okay, so here we are. This is our little magic ring. Now, the visual marker that I was talking about, we're going to take a black band and a white band together and do our slip stitch. That indicates where we have to join them up again. So that's our beginning and our end. Alright, we're going to go through this part here. That's our first stitch. So not this one here, which you can see, but this one here. And what we're going to do is, as we go around, we're going to go a single crochet and then an increase, a single crochet and then an increase. So let's do a single crochet. Take your single band, pull it through, reclaim, and then take a single band and pull it through all 4 of those loops and reclaim. Now we're going to do an increase in this one. So an increase is 2 single crochets in this loop together. So take a single band, we're going to do our first single crochet, and then going back through that loop, you're going to do another one in there and join those 4 loops together. Okay, and that increases the diameter of the little flower. So now we're on this, we're going to do a single crochet here, and as I said, we're just alternating. So a single crochet in this one, and now we're doing a increase in here. So there's our first, and then back through that same spot for the second. And now we've done there, so we're up to here. Single crochet, And now we have our increase in here. Single crochet, and our increase. Back through that same spot. And this is our last one here. We're going to do an increase in this one. So here's our first crochet, and then we go back through that hole for our second one. Now you can see the black and white band. That is where we're going to join these together. So you're going to go under like that. Okay, can you see? That's how we're going to go through. You take a single white band and go through all 4 loops together and join. Now our next one is going to be a slip stitch, and again we're going to use the black and the white as our visual marker. Okay, and then you'll find that we actually make a line of these down the little snowman, and that's our visual marker. So now all we're going to do is do a single crochet the entire way around. We're not going to do an increase. We're going to skip this stitch here that has the black and the white, and we're going to go to this one here which is next to it to start. So do your single crochet, and we go all the way around just doing a single crochet. Now with the eyes, the way I found it is better to do is to actually do them after, and I know that sounds crazy because you could put them on these bands and loom them in, but I actually like putting them in after, because I find you can get the exact spot where you want them to be a little easier. So don't worry about doing the eyes at this stage. Now you can see if you lift this up, that's where we looped in, so we're at this one. Oops. If you lose a stitch, pinch behind where you were, take it out and capture that one back, and then we can just regroup and fix it. Just sliding the band in and pulling one through. Now the other thing I've found, the other tip, is normally when I put my hook in and pull a band through, I would want to collect it from the back here, but if I do that the band is twisted, so I tend to go through the front like that, and then my band isn't twisted, and I think that gives it a nicer looking shape or result, I guess, at the end. So I pull it through, and instead of coming back here I go forward and collect it. And I have to say, I have absolutely no idea how to crochet with yarn. I've never learned. I've taught myself how to do this. To do it with yarn, I'd actually have to teach myself. Now at this point we still have this stitch to go through, so go through this one. And now we're going to go through the black and white there and the black and white there. Okay, with a single, you're going to pull them together, reclaim, and now again we're going to do a visual marker for our slip stitch of black and white, like that. Okay, so we're forming this line of the black and white to make sure that we're all doing it fine. So next we're going to do another entire round of single crochet. Again, we miss this one with the black and white and we go under here. Okay, and I know it means that you're going to be snipping and throwing away a few of the black bands. It doesn't have to be black, it can be any colour you want. But I just think it's a nice way of being able to keep track of where you're at. If you don't need it, you don't need to do it. So single crochet all the way around. Now, here we go, here. Pull through. Now, we have to go through the black and white and the black and white, single band, and this time you're going to go through all four and reclaim, and you've joined those together. And again, our slip stitch is going to be black and white. So move those over onto that. There we go. See how we're forming his head? Okay, and this is the back of his head. Alright, so now we need to do a single crochet and a decrease because we're coming in for his neck. Okay, so again, you skip these, the ones with the black bands. You see, this is why I think it's a nice marker for you. You skip those ones and we're going to this one. So we're going to do a single crochet, join them together, and now we do our decrease. Now a decrease, you go through just like you're doing a single crochet, but instead of joining those together, you're going to do another crochet here. So you have 6 loops on your hook. Okay, this one, and this one. Now take a single band, flick it at your computer screen and join them all together. Okay, so you've joined those together, you've made it smaller. Come in here, which is the next stitch, and do a single crochet, join those together, and now we do another decrease. So we're here as if we were doing a single crochet, put it on your hook and find the next one and put it on your hook and join them together. Now we do a single crochet, join them together. Now we're doing our decrease, so you go under, keep it on your hook, go to the next spot, you have those 3 bands on your hook, join them all together, a single crochet, join it together, and then we're doing our decrease. So take a single and the next stitch, and you're going to join those 6 loops together. We're doing a single crochet. Let's make sure we're in the right spot. So this goes on to here already. So if I was to go here, am I in the right spot? I don't think so. I need to go here. There we go. Single crochet. Yes, that's the right spot. Join them together. And now here we have our last decrease. So we've got a band in here and a band in this last one here. So you've got the 6 loops, and let's do our decrease, join them together, and then look for the black and white, single band, join them together like so. Now at this stage, this is where I like to put my eyes on, because you've sort of got the ball for his head happening here, and you can clearly see where the back of his head is because of the visual marker. So I'm squidging it down like that, and I'm going to work out where I want my eyes. Okay, now if you want to, let's do the visual marker here so that we can do our slip stitch like that. I'm just going to do a very loose, very loose slip stitch, slip knot like that, just so that I can take my hook and use it. Now if you're going to use bands, take 2 bands, wrap once, twice, 3 times, alright, and you're going to slide onto 2 bands like that. I know it looks a bit odd, and what you're going to do is find where you want to put the eyes, poke your hook through, and you're going to draw one side of those 2 bands down, and then the other side there, poke your hook through, connect those, pull them through, flip it like that. On the inside you're going to put your hook through those 4 loops, okay, and then take a single white band and you're going to slide it through those 4 loops, reconnect it and do a slip knot, and pull that tight so that it's a, you know, a nice tight slip knot, and that is how you do his eyes. Alright, if you don't have these toy stuffed toy eyes, okay, so that, and obviously you would do another one the other side. I'm going to use the stuffed toy eyes because I have them. So let's undo that slip knot, take out that little eye, eye captain. Oh dear, I said worse jokes, don't I? Now if you do have these little doll eyes, these little toy eyes, you're going to approximate where you want to put them. Okay, so maybe you want them here and here. Alright, there's 1 and there's 2. Poke it through the bands. So there's my first one, like that. And then with this side, with the concave side, you're going to just push it in like so. And it's really easy. And then you're going to find the other spot for the other side of the eye. So he's going to go there again, do the same thing, and so poke it in, and there we have his little eyes. Now back to what we were doing. Here is our slip stitch. We're going to put our hook back through, okay, and we're going to progress with our little snowman ghost thingamajiggy. We're now going to do a single crochet and an increase and alternate. So again, we miss the one where our black band is, and we're going to go in front of it. We're going to do a single crochet, make sure that's all lined up nicely. There we go. One was caught. Let's make sure we don't do that. So single crochet, and now we do an increase because we've come in for his neck. Now we're going out again. So the next one is here, and we're going to do an increase in that, which, if you remember, means we do a single crochet, and then we go back through that same spot and do another single crochet. So you have two in the same spot, and then the next one, single crochet, and then this next one here is going to be our increase. So there's our first one, back through the same spot, for our second one. And I'm sorry we've zoomed out again. My phone seems to only be taking 25 minutes of a recording, so it's a little tricky. It keeps stopping. So we do a single crochet here. For those of you that are asking, I do record on my iPhone. I find the quality of picture is far better than I had a GoPro camera. Oh my goodness, you should have seen me with that on my head. I look completely ridiculous, and it made me and the person watching feel seasick. So yeah, that wasn't a good look for me. We do a single here, and then I had my camera that has video capabilities, and that didn't take very nice recordings either. So I ended up just using my phone, and it's fine. Now that I have the camera replaced, I had these purple splodges on my phone, and took it to a repairman, and he tried to clean the lens, and he said, nope, it's actually part of the phone. We have to get you a new camera. So that's why with some of my earlier videos, you'll see these sort of purple splodges on it. It's not because the phone, it's not because the camera is dirty. It's a fault with the phone, but we got all that fixed. You guys were worth it to me. Okay, stop being sick now. Alright, so we just did a single, so in here we're going to do our increase. So there's our first one. And here we go for our second. And now we're at our visual marker, so remember we're going to go black and white, and leave those other two at the bottom there. And we're going through all 4 of these loops, remember, so with a single, go all the way through and reclaim, and that's joined them together. Okay, and now we have another visual marker to make for our slip stitch. So take a black and a white together, and see how we've got this line happening at the back of the head. So that's a good thing, and there's his little face. Alright, so now we're going to do another round of slips, single crochet and increase. So skip the one with the black and white, and you're going to the one in front of it, and single crochet, and then increase. Back through that same spot. Single crochet, and increase for this one. Single crochet, and then we do an increase, so now we do a single crochet, and an increase, single, and an increase. Am I in the right spot? Let's just make sure. Get out of there. Yep, this one here. Back through the same spot. Single, and an increase, single, increase, and here's our last one, which is going to be a single. Oops. Now again, look for your black and white, and black and white, you're going through half of it, single band, join them together like that. See, got that line happening. This is good. There's your little ghost face so far. Just going to angle differently. Okay, our next slip stitch, black and white visual marker. There we are. Now this one is a round of single crochet. Remember, we're going to miss the black and white and come up here to the next one. Single crochet, all the way around. And as I said, I'm only going to do the body in this video, and then we will do the accessories, and that will include the different arms and how we attach it all in the second video. Otherwise we'll be here all night. So this is a whole round of single crochets. It's nice because you don't have to think about it. That was our last one. Now we have to join this together, so go through the black and white and the black and white, single band, join them all together, reclaim, and now we've got to have a visual marker again of the black and white for our slip stitch. Okay, so here we go. He's beginning to look like a little ghosty. Now what we're going to do is single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. So a little bit different this time. Skip this first one with the black and white, you're going here. So we do have to think for this one. Single crochet, single crochet, and now we're going to do an increase in this one here. So there's our first one, and then back through the same spot for our second. Okay, now we do a single crochet, and a single crochet, and now we do our increase. Through that same spot. Single crochet, single crochet, and now we do the increase. Oops. Back through the same spot. Single crochet, single crochet, and now an increase. The same spot, and an increase. And a single crochet is my last one. And then we go through the black and white like that with a single band and join them all together. And then our slip stitch is going to be black and white like that. Okay. Now the next two and the last two rounds that we're going to do are just going to be a single crochet and an increase all the way round for the next two. Okay, so skip the one with black and white, go to the one in front of it, single crochet, and then increase. Which means you go through the same spot. You know this now. See, I missed a spot there. You can tell because there's a great big gap. So let's go back through that one. There we go. It's usually pretty easy to tell if you've skipped one. Now if you've forgotten what you're at, just spread this open a little. You can see you've got one stitch on that one, and then on here you've got 2 stitches, so you know that you're doing 2 on here. You're doing your increase. And now I did a single there, so this is a double. Well, not a double, an increase. A double is something else. So I better use the right terminology. Oops, try that one again. And again, flicking off my finger. So an increase in this one. Now we take a single and go through here, grab your single and draw it back through all 4 of those loops. So there we have, and it is supposed to look like this. Okay, so once we put the bottom on it, it looks a little different. So we have one more round to do of the single crochet and an increase. Let's use our slip stitch, our visual marker. And we go around. And if you wanted to, you could just do it as a single crochet. It doesn't really matter. Oops, one band, not two. An increase will give it a slightly bigger area, but we can just do a single crochet. It's quicker and easier. So we're just single crocheting around the edge here. Oops. Pinch it so that we don't lose those stitches. Please remember, you can pause me, you can slow the video down. I know I say it all the time, but if I am going too fast for you, use the tools that you have available to make me go at your speed, okay? If I go too slow, this video will last forever. And this is our last one here. Go through the black and white, single, pull it through, reclaim, and we're going to tie off in a slip knot that you're going to tie tightly. Okay, now this, he looks like he's sort of a melting snowman, and that's sort of kind of the look we've gone for to a degree. What we're going to do is snip off some of these visual markers because we don't need all of them. I'm going to leave the bottom one so that we know where we're at. Now I would always suggest that you pull it out and then snip, just so that you don't get one of the white bands as well. That would be bad. Okay. Okay, and this is going to be the last one that I chop. I'm going to leave that bottom one there. So there we have him without the visual markers. Alright, we don't have the arms yet, but we don't need those as yet because they're going to be detachable. What we need to make now is his bottom, which goes here, and what we're going to do is make a round to attach here, and then we're going to stuff him. So I'm going to pause the video because otherwise it will stop on me anyway, and we'll get back to it. Okay, so to do the bottom part here, we're going to first of all make another magic ring, and again I'm going to use the visual marker to help. So slide it through your hook, twist once like that, so it's like a figure 8. Same way that we started with this one. Slide on a single like that, and another single, and that's our little chain. Now we're going to go back through. Make sure you go through all 4 of those loops for the end cap. Grab another single white, and you're going to go through and reclaim like that. Take a single band and slide all 4 of those loops onto it like so. We're going to go back through that end cap, another single band, drag it through, reclaim, join them all up, back through the end cap, single white, drag through, reclaim, join them all up. I'm going to go around until we have 10 little loops. Oopsie. So let's count how many. We don't count this one, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the hook. And then go through, let's make sure we're at the right spot. We go through those 2, join these up with a single like that, and we need to chop off that visual marker. So here it is here. There we go. rid of that. Okay, so there's our little magic ring. We're going to do another visual marker for our slip stitch. Pop that on. I'm going to skip this one here and go to here. And now what we're going to do is a single crochet and an increase. So we do our single crochet, and then the next one, increase. Single crochet, and this one, increase. Back through the same spot. Single crochet, and increase. And an increase here. I'm sorry, when I'm telling it, yes, an increase. Gosh. Back through where you have the black and the white band, single band through all of those to join them all together. Okay. Then we have a visual marker. Now this time we're going to do, I guess it's a 2.5, which basically what we're going to do is add another slip stitch here, and skipping this one, going to go through this. So it's a single crochet, but it's not a single crochet, it's like a double crochet. So go through once. Now instead of just attaching them, you're going to add another one to here. You're not going to just reclaim like this and put one through. You're going to hold that end, and this first loop you're going to put onto that, okay, and then reclaim. So you have 3 loops left on, and you reclaim. Okay, so we're going to do this all the way around. So down in here, oh sorry, yes, we'll do another one in here. So single crochet, take the next band through the same one here, slide this one over, reclaim, like so. Let's do a little bit more. Well, I'm going to do the whole thing, but slowly. So there's your first band, second band, keep hold of the other end, slide one part of that on, reclaim, and join together. Through, you've got this first band, then we take a second band, hold on to this side, don't let go. You're going to slide this loop over, so you've got that one on here, that one here, and there, reclaim, and join them all together through this side here. First band, second band, slide that loop over onto it as well, reclaim and join in. Okay, first band, second band that you're not letting go of, but you're going to slip that band over there, reclaim, first band, slide over, reclaim, first band, see how it is? It's sort of looser, but that's fine for the bottom. Oops. Now we go through black and the white, single band through all of them like this, then visual marker for our slip stitch. Okay, so you can see exactly what has happened here, and it doesn't look it doesn't look like it's going to fit. We need to be doing a few more columns. But the other thing to remember is that also this inverts in, so if you have a look at this one goes, this dips in quite a lot. It's a bit too big almost, and the same with this one. So for this next round, what I'm going to do is actually increase the whole way round. So I'm skipping this one with the black and white, I'm going here. And this time I'm going to go 1, 2, so you see I've got the black and white one on there as well, so I've got 3 loops on there. So there's my first one, and I'm going back in the same spot. I'm going to do that again. There's my first band, here's my second band, and I'm holding on, I'm not reclaiming it. I'm going to take this loop here closest to the end, over and off, and reclaim, and join them together. Same next spot here, I'm going to do the same thing. This is my first band, second band, and I'm going to take half of this one over so that I have just that one side there. I'm going to go back through the same loop again, so I'm doing an increase in every single one this time. Through 3 loops. Nope, did I do 2 in that one? No, I did not. Let's do 2. Did I do, oh, didn't do 2. Oops, now see, I nearly did that wrong. I need to move this one over too. There we go. That's better. No, something is wrong here. Aha, I have 3 loops and I didn't join them. Now we can go back. Oopsie, let's try that again. That wasn't very clever of me, so I come down here. There we go. And then the last spot here. Through the black and white, single band, and join them together. Now I'm going to tie that in a slip knot like that, and I'm going to cut these visual markers off. 1, 2, and 3. Let's get that out of the way. Now I know it's not exactly straight, but once we have actually sewed this in, it sort of becomes a little more straight. Now I'm going to zoom back out so that you can see what I'm doing here. What we need to do, and there's our tie-off band here. What we're going to do is approximate where we want this on. Now bearing in mind that this is going to stretch, okay, so I'm going to stretch it out around here. So as you can see, it's going to stretch quite nicely around. I'm going to sew it in to these ones that I can see. Alright, so I'm going to place this here, and I'm only going to use single bands with this. This is the band that I'm going to go with. This one here, this one here, this one here. Alright, so I'm going to push my hook through like that. So I've gone through one of those and the loop here. I'm going to take a single white band and pull through like that. I'm going to just capture the tie-off band as well, just because then I know that it's linked in securely. Alright, and then I have to go, well, for this one I have to go under the black band to grab that. I can actually chop that black band off, but it just helped me because I knew I started there. So another single, pull through. Now you don't need to reclaim it, I'm just reclaiming it while I sort my hands out. Take that one off, and again you're going to go through and through. My nail gets out of the way. And we haven't stuffed yet, we don't need to stuff it just yet. We're just working our way around, sewing this in together. Okay, so we'll pick this one here. That was the tie-off band, that's why it looked messy. So I've gone through one there, and I'm going to go through this one here. Pull it through. There's There's my next one. Pull it through. And I'm just going to work my way around, and the important bit is to get these stitches. Position things correctly. I'm going to go through there. Oops. See how it's forming, and then you see it'll come around here, and we will stuff it before we close it off completely. Oops, nearly let go of it, but caught it just in time. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to keep that on my hook. You can see we have to stretch it around here like that, and it will be concave, but I'm not too worried about that. And the other thing is, when you stuff it, you don't want to put too much in. So I'm going to get some stuffing here. Oops. And you have to push it up to the head. Make sure that you stuff that head and the body. Do a little bit at a time. Because I don't want him to be a weeble. Stuff him till you're happy with what you have in there. And for me, it's probably going to just be a little bit puffy, if you can see that. But that I think is okay. I'm going to take my loop back and let's finish sewing this up. And when you get back to the center here, to the start, go through, and you're going to tie a tight slip knot. Now I can get rid of this visual marker. Like so. We can slide our hook through here and grab that band and hide it inside. And I have missed a spot here, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a single band and go through probably those two and here, and I'm just going to take one band and do a slip knot just so that it's tied in as well. And again, I'm going to hide that under this stitching like that. So that's his little bottom. He sits flush like that. Okay, so we need to make some arms for our little dude, and for this we're going to actually double band because I feel that it lets us curl them over so this a little better. So we're just going to use white bands, and we're going to start by doing a single band for an end cap, so just do one twist like that. Now this is where we go to the double bands, so 2 bands, and we're going to just do a chain. Okay, so there's our little end cap here. We're going to do a chain. Let's get that broken one out of the way. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so we've done a chain that is double banded, that is 8 long. Now you're going to skip this first chain next to it here, and we're going to go to this one here. You're going to take your hook and you're just going to go through the top 2. See how you've gone through the center? The top set of bands, there's 4 loops, but it's 2 bands. The other 4 loops are down the bottom. Alright, and you're going to take 2 bands and slide through and reclaim. Okay, and then with 2 bands you're going to slide through all 4 of those loops and reclaim. Now we go to the next stitch, which is here, and again you're going to go through the center, just take those top loops, 2 bands, pull through, reclaim, 2 bands, pull through all 4 and reclaim. Now we're going through these ones, so where the hole is, see how there's a hole there? Push your hook through, 2 bands, pull back, you have 4 loops on your hook, join them all up together like that. Now we'll do this one, push your hook through, reclaim, now this one, pull through, reclaim. Now this is our last one. Do you see how we have the end cap here, but we have this one here, so we're going through that one, grab 2 bands, pull back through, reclaim. Now this end cap sort of becomes useless now, so we will chop that off before the end. 2 bands, put those 4 loops through like so. So now we have this little sort of, it's almost like a little paddle, I suppose. Let's grab the scissors. We're going to chop that little end cap that we started with off. We don't need it. Okay, now, so we want the arm to go here as if it's pointing upward. Alright, that's how I want this arm to be. I want it to be pointing upward. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the one closest to the end of my hook off. I'm going to position where I want my arm, and I'm going to go through a couple of bands, and I'm going to put the arm back on, the loops, I'm sorry, back on. I'm going to pull them through, all of those loops on the actual body, and then through the 2 loops that are part of the other side. Okay, splay this out like that and poke the arm through, and that is how I have attached the arms. And then I'm going to curl this over like he's going "Urgh." Now if you want to make sure that that is attached at the bottom as well, you can take a single band and you sort of go through a little loop here, those here, and a little loop on the bottom here, and then with a single band go through and let it all go. Like that. And again you would do a slip knot, but splay that open and pop it through, so you have 2 bands that are going over and keeping them trapped like that. Okay, so I mean, yes, you can see it, but it is a white band. It's kind of camouflaged. It's in there, and it's up to you whether you want that on there or not. You might not care. So that's one, and then as I said, I bend the top over like that, so it's sort of going rawr. Alright, let's do the other one. So you start with a single that you twist like that. We're doing 8 doubles as a chain, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, another broken one, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, we're skipping this first one and we're going to this second one here, and you're going to push your hook through so that you've got those 4 loops on it. 2 bands, drag back, reclaim, and 2 bands to join them all together and reclaim. And you're going through the next one. Join them all together through the next one. Another broken band. Join them all together through the next one. Reclaim. And here's our last one. At this stage we can cut the little end cap off. don't need that. And we want it going this way, so I'm actually going to pinch this and turn my hook around like that. Okay, and this side is going to go this way, and again approximate. I'm going to take one side off my hook. I'm going to approximate where I want it so that it's at about the right height and the same place as on the other side. Poke my hook through. I'm going to drag those bands, both of them, not just one, one over the other like a slip knot, as if I was doing a slip knot, then splay the bands out and pop the arm through. And again, it sort of looks like a little flipper, but you can make it come down. And I can see that I've actually made it too low. This one's higher, so I'm going to adjust where I have it. That's the beauty of detachable arms. Wish that we could all have them. Okay, let's try that again. So if I look here, I need to be about here. Okay, so where's my two bands? There we are. Okay, so I need to be here. I'm going to take one side off. That was a bit silly of me, wasn't it? Pull through, splay out and push the arm through. That's a bit better. Curl it over. Oh, he's looking like he's scratching his ear, but that's okay. It'll come down as we move this down here. As we move this down, we're going to find a band here, go through these two, and another band at the bottom. And you're just anchoring this. It doesn't have to be, you know, it's not, oh, it has to be that particular band. I'm just anchoring it using a single band. Let's try that again. I didn't anchor it very well. If that was a boat, it would have gone. There we are. Slip knot, like that. Splay out. Pop the arm through. And again, there we have our little ghost going "Rrr." Okay, so that is how we make our little ghost. Now I'm going to do the accessories to turn him into a snowman.